Okay, so we're happy with log z and z's the alpha about the branch cuts. Now, what happens if we have something a bit more complicated? What happens if we have log of a function of z, or some function of z raised to the power alpha? Where are the branch cuts then? Well, normally it's easiest to first find the branch points. The branch points are somewhat simpler. We've seen with log z, the branch point of log z is always at z equals 0. So that translates into saying, well, the branch point of these two functions are simply going to be whenever gz is 0. If gz is 0, then log will be 0, or this argument will be 0. And we know that when you have 0 argument to log, that corresponds to the branch point. Okay. Now, if we decide that log z has a branch cut at theta equals phi, then that basically means that wherever the argument of g equals phi, then that's where the branch cut will be. Okay? Because whenever the argument of this number here is equal to phi, then because you're doing log of, when you're taking log, you get I times the argument, and that's precisely where you have the branch cut. So whenever arg g of z is equal to phi, then that's where the branch cut will be. So it's actually quite simple to find the branch points and branch cuts when you have a function of a function like that. Okay, so let's do an example. What happens if our g is just z minus z naught? Okay, so suppose g is z minus z naught. So we want to know what's the branch point of, well, you just get it, okay, branch point of log of z minus z naught. Well, it's simply where it's the value of z where this is equal to 0. So therefore the branch point is at z equals z0 for log of z minus z0. And the branch cut is basically, if we say that log z has a branch cut at theta equals phi, it's wherever arg of z minus z naught is equal to phi. So arg of z minus z naught, what does that actually look like? Well, it's just the angle. If we have a point, say z naught here, arg of z minus z naught is really saying that if I got z minus z naught, that's, I've got some point z here. If the argument of z minus z naught is phi, that's really saying that this angle here is phi. So in pictorial terms, the branch cut starts at the branch point z naught, and then it just goes in the direction phi.